Hello and welcome to another step-by-step how to tie tutorial video. This is what I'm calling the Rust Belt Spinner. This is tied on a size 18. This is a Firehole stick number 419 barbless hook. I am using a brown waxed tying thread. The tail material is a Fly Tires Dungeon Mayfly Tail in the color of tan. Body material will consist of Leech dubbing in Canada brown. A lot of sparkle in there. And for the wing shuck, I am using a rust-colored Shuck yarn from Fly Tires Dungeon. So let's go ahead and remove our sample. And we can begin by securing our hook in the vise. And like all good flies, this will begin with a single wrap of thread. We'll start this just behind the eye, taking a couple of wraps towards the bend of the hook, stopping along the way to trim off our tag end of our thread. We can continue our wraps building a small thread base all the way to the bend, where we will tie in our mayfly tails. And you're going to line up the tips. I used my stacker. I just have 5 fibers in here, and I'm going to tie these in 1 hook's length beyond the tail. Wrap this forward, securing it down, keeping it on the top portion of the shank of the hook. And we can come in and trim off our excess. Further wrapping to secure that down. And right here at that 1/3, 2/3 point, this is where we will tie in our wing. Once again, this is that rust-colored Shuck yarn. I'm going to come underneath and just get one little bite on that. 1 wrap of thread. Now I can go ahead and just turn that. And I'm going to do these wings sticking out perpendicular. I'll start off by taking a couple of crossing wraps. Once I have that more or less in place, I'm just going to trim off the bulk of that wing, and this will eventually get trimmed down to size here in a moment. I'm going to do a little bit more work with the wings. I'm going to post these out like I would a parachute post. And it does take a little bit of practice, a little bit of time, and a whole lot of proper tension. But with a little bit of luck, you can post each wing out individually. Got the far side done. And we will come in and do the near side. And occasionally I will just take my thread on the far side of the shank of the hook, or the opposite side, just to rest my bobbin so I can ensure that I get a proper wrap. Alright, going to continue my thread wraps towards the bend once again. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to add a little bit of wax. We're going to get our dubbing ready for our body. And just a little touch of wax, just a little bit of added grip. Won't hurt our operation. Next, we're going to come in with just a little small touch of this Canada brown Leech dubbing. Some patterns will call for a superfine, and this is anything but a superfine. But we'll make this work by twisting it on extra tight. We're not going for super buggy. As always, less is more. And we'll just take a couple of wraps until we can make contact with that dubbing. Here we go. We're going to keep our body profile relatively slender. When I get to the wings, I'm going to cross it in a figure 8 pattern. This will ensure that we get full coverage up and around the wing area. We'll take our thread forward and we'll take a couple of wraps up here. All right, we're going to strip off a little bit of this excess. Where we will finish with a good old solid 1, 2, 3 turns on the whip finish. 1, 2, 3 solid turns. Clear the eye a little bit by pulling our thread back, making sure that's locked into place. Come in with our scissors and we can trim off our tying thread. We'll pull our wings straight up. That way we can get an even length on either side. We want to trim this at about one body's length. We'll tease those off to the sides. And then we'll just splay out these Mayfly tail fibers. And I just kind of want them to be a little bit random. This isn't a true Mayfly situation where you'll have just two sticking out, where you'd want to separate that with a thread. So one stray fiber up front. Go ahead and make it nice and clean. It's good to have it nice and buggy. This is a spinner. So there you have it, folks. That's what I'm calling the Rust Belt Spinner. Thank you for watching. Happy tying, and with this one, tight lines.